Giants also signed Tremaine Edmunds.
They sure did.
$36 million over 3 years, 23 and a half just over guaranteed. Essentially the replacement to Bobby Okereke. What do you guys think?
I think it's an upgrade. I mean, I love Bobby Okereke, but Tremaine Edmunds, I mean, 112 tackles last year alone, a sack, 4 interceptions, and 3 years, 36 million. I love it. I honestly, I liked Barkley back in 18, I believe was the year we drafted Barkley. But I also really, really liked Edmunds. I wanted him then. Took a few years. He's probably a little bit more developed. He's incredibly fast. He's 6'5", 250 pounds.
He knows all this shit because he's a closet Bills fan. Don't let him fool you.
Oh yeah, good God, George. I'm George. I hate everybody.
I have proof.
Montreal Expos. That's different.
It's a defunct team in a different sport. Continue.
Yeah.
No. I like Tremaine Edmunds. I've wanted him for a long time. Very fast, very big, and yeah, he's all over the field.
A little older though.
Not really. He's 27.
28. That's 28's kind of the end of the prime of a linebacker usually.
Depends who it is. I mean, Alex Anzalone is 31, and I know he was
available too.
High on our radar too today. He wound up signing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think the rumor has it that the Giants were trying to trade for Tremaine Edmunds, but the Bears released him back on March 6th. He was a cap casualty. They signed him and TJ Edwards the same offseason. And he wasn't bad in Chicago. He was very, very good. But there were some concerns about him adapting to the new defensive scheme out in Chicago, is where I think he's a better fit here under Denard Wilson in New York. And George, you mentioned he's 28 years old. He came out of college early. He's already played 8 full NFL seasons, and he is still just 28 years old, a 6'4", 250-pound linebacker. He was drafted by Joe Shane and company by the Bills in the first round 8 years ago.
That's why Nick's high on him.
Yeah, you closet Bills fan, huh?
Yeah.
My wife's a Bills fan. Good God.
But I mean, come on, like 900 career tackles. This guy could play 97% of the defensive snaps last year. 13 starts. I mean, you hope he's not injury prone here. So remember when Craig mentioned last week how Okereke never gets on the ground to wrap people up? So after the show last week, I went back and I looked at the highlights of Okereke from the past 2 seasons. He's 100% correct. I mean, this guy clearly had something wrong with his back. He was getting older and he was just too expensive. Tremaine Edmunds is a younger, faster version of that. And one thing of watching him, he's very good at wrapping up tacklers. And he's very solid in pass coverage too. Now the question is, what do? Do they bring Micah McFadden back to pair him with Tremaine Edmunds? Because they still have a hole. A hole.
I hope and I think Micah McFadden's coming back. I mean, what are they projecting? $3 million for Micah McFadden to come back? It's kind of like a prove it deal.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's definitely worth it. He had a whole year. What was his injury last year? Remind me, Tom. I know you're big on Micah.
Yeah.
Right, right.
What was it, like a Lisfranc or something? Or it was definitely his knee. I can't remember the exact injury. But what sucked, too, is that it was week 1. Like, he couldn't even play last year. It was a right foot injury. That's what it was. The right foot injury that kept him out the whole season.
Yeah, it took him out the whole season. No, I mean, I'm big on Micah McFadden, too. But I like Tremaine Edmunds, too, on top of that. He's known for tackles, but he's also known for his pass coverage. He can tie up a tight end and a corner or a running back. So I think there's a lot of positive with this signing. It's actually probably my favorite signing of the day, aside from maybe our right tackle that we brought back. George, who was that?
Time out. I want to make one more
Shoot.
point before we move on. Is Edmunds going to call the plays?
I would.
Mike linebacker.
I would
He
assume.
No, I mean, I know there was talks of McFadden doing it at one point, even when Okereke was around. So
Right. Well, in Buffalo, when he was there, it was him and Matt Milano.
and Milano probably took the lead on that.
And in Chicago, it was him and TJ Edwards. And I'm not going to pretend like I knew who it was there. But that's a good question, George. Is he able to step up and take on that leadership role that you're losing in Bobby Okereke, right? This is not just a talent thing here. This is also a leadership thing, a voice in the locker room that you're losing in Bobby O. And that's what Adriana brought up a few weeks back. She didn't want to lose Bobby O. She understood the cap situation and how much money that would free up. Yes, George.
But if you remember, and I know Nick remembers because we talked about this 2 years ago, Okereke had some struggles in the locker room. Do you remember that? After the 22 season where we fluked into the playoffs, in 23, there was some issues with like the leadership. They were bringing that shit up with Okereke. Remember, he wasn't happy and all this other stuff. You don't remember that? We talked about it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
A lot.
He wasn't happy. I think it was part of the deal too.
The whole Wink drama, right?
Right. He was hoping he was going to get like a restructure, like a long-term stay here kind of thing. And if you can look it up, we talked about it when it happened. The news outlets were talking about it in the tri-state area that Okereke was not happy in the locker room at one point.
Interesting.
So I think that's part of it too.
Yeah, it could be.
But he's a great class act. Walter Payton, Man of the Year. Nominee. He's never going to do you wrong. He plays pretty smart. Super smart guy.
Yeah,
we're going to miss him.
Ultimately, I'm excited for Tremaine Edmunds to see what he brings to the table. Despite the 3 new faces we brought in today, this was my favorite move of the day because obviously him and Jackson Dart have a connection. Immediately after he re-signs, he goes to social media and posts, "I'm back with a blue heart." Tell me this guy does not want to be here. He wants to be a New York Football Giant. And fun fact, people might not know this. You know who he was drafted by? John Harbaugh. 2017 draft pick in the 5th round by the Baltimore Ravens. He was ranked 7th out of 90 offensive tackles in pass blocking efficiency this past year, while Andrew Thomas was ranked 3rd. You can argue, fellas, this might be the best left and right tackle combination in football today. There was a stat that was brought up last week. When they're on the field, sure. Well, that's more AT's problem than Jermaine's, right? I mean, Jermaine's playing like the 26-year-old right now, and AT's playing more like the 31-year-old, but I digress. Jeffrey agrees. I mean, what did you guys think when you got the Jermaine Eluemunor notification? What was like your instant reaction when you saw that he was back?
Relieved.
I was excited, and I think I've told George this before. I was at week 17 this year, and of course, you see something different, especially with a losing team who's not going to the playoffs. You see a lot of people, whether it's in the stands or it's on the field, you see a lot of people saying goodbye because they may not be coming back. They may not see each other. But one of my biggest takeaways from the whole entire game was Jermaine Eluemunor and Jackson Dart embracing each other for a solid 5 to 10 minutes. I've even got photos of it. They're just talking and, kind of saying, "I wish you well." I'm assuming obviously wasn't there, but you can tell that there was almost a brotherhood. Like, I hope you're coming back, but we don't know. Sure. I understand it's a business, but you could tell there was definitely a bond there. And like you just reiterated, Eluemunor wants to be a Giant. Jackson Dart wants him to protect him. So I was excited by it. And once again, continuity. That's right. That's what our line needs. We haven't had that in a long time. It wasn't phenomenal this year, but it was for the first time in a while on the upward swing. there was something to look forward to, and we've got more of a mobile quarterback who can make throws on the run. He can make plays, and he's got a line that's going to be able to protect him. So I love this pick. I love this pickup.
Me too. And before we move off of him, I do want to say he played 100% of the offensive snaps last year. He did not miss a single snap. Him nor GVR missed a single snap. And don't get me wrong, the reason why we didn't hear about Eluemunor signing right away is because of how valued he was on the open market. He had other suitors. Apparently, the Chiefs were one of the teams coming in hot. So the Giants had to take a step up. Remember, 2 years ago, he signed a 2-year, $14 million deal. He went up to 3 for $39 this time. That's $13 million for Jermaine Eluemunor per year. That's $6 million more than the Giants had to, pay him on their last contract. And I think he's one of the better pass blocking tackles in the NFL. He's experienced. And I think what's so impressive about this guy, he has the mental ability. He will not crack under the New York spotlight. He fully believes this. He's the best right tackle in football. That mindset is awesome.